Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be diving down into the charts, taking a look at what has been going on most recently with the price action of Vechain and their VET token. As we get into this, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you are going to be kept up to date with all the videos that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. There are two very important links down in the description below. The first one takes you to our Discord server. If you haven't already jumped on over, why not go ahead and check it out? It's completely free, and you're going to be joined by a fantastic community that talk crypto 24/7. The second link is if you are looking for more from the crypto space. That is our Patreon services. This actually allows you to kind of get a bit of a deeper insight into how we operate here at Cheeky Crypto. You'll get AMAs with us twice weekly, but of course you'll get all the buy, sell, staking signals that we also give out, along with accumulation strategies, exit strategies, etc. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, why not check out the Patreon services as well? Right, with all this said, done, and out of the way, let's jump on down into the desktop and take a look at what's going on here with Vechain. Okay guys, we're going to start things off with the hourly chart. Okay, what's going on right now with Vechain? We were of course anticipating the pullback. We seem to have come right down for the 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, so for those who are unfamiliar with some of the recent videos we've done on Vechain, we were measuring this A wave down, we had the B wave up, and then we were looking for a C wave down afterwards, right? So from here to the bottom, so that entire A wave, we can see that we went up to a 618 retracement, and then we started to see a pullback. Okay, so standard B wave, and then we were looking for a retracement. Now, what we do is we actually take our Fibonacci retracement tool and we run it from the top of our A wave down to the bottom of our A wave. Okay, so measuring the entire distance of our A wave altogether. And then we go ahead and throw this on top of the B wave high, and then this anticipates where we are likely to go with our C wave. And if I actually just highlight that, it's right down here. So we overextended it a little bit, but we're pretty much right bang on where we're expected to be. This is something that we actually spoke about with our Patreon members earlier in the week, and basically, we actually entered a trade in here in this red box area because it seems to be a really good bottom area for Vechain, where we are looking for a bit of a push to the upside. Okay, so on that note, we want to be now analyzing whether or not we are expecting any further downside, or whether or not we should potentially start to see a reversal to the upside, right? And the first thing we need to do is acknowledge there's some interesting kind of moves that have been going on. There's lots of different ways you can kind of count all of these moves, and we want to be kind of cautious at this point as to know whether or not we are going down further, or whether or not we are likely to kind of stabilize here and get a bigger kind of corrective move to the upside, such as a big ABC, right? The next move that we were expecting is, of course, an upward move. It's just to what degree, right? And the reason that I say this is we can see here that we have a potential way of counting these waves as a 1 through 5. Okay, we can see that it's impulsive in its nature on our hourly chart. We can kind of count it that way. Here's our A, here's our B, and that looks like a pretty impulsive C. And again, we can measure this using our fibs and just running it over like we did before. And we went past that 1.382. So that's basically indicating that we had the fourth wave and the fifth wave down. But again, this is a part of a bigger ABC, right? But now obviously we want to now reference this and say, okay, we've had obviously 5 waves here. Did we have 5 waves previously? And I'll get into why this is important. Now, we actually take a look at this. This low point here is actually lower than our start wave, okay? A start of our point here. So we look down this motion here. It's definitely just an ABC. I cannot see an additional wave count in here that we could potentially use, and obviously we have lots of coverage. So it looks like we actually have, or overlap I should say, an A, B, and C. So not an impulsive move down at this point, and then we have a nice A, B, C to the upside. So it looks like this is just one of those runs which actually has 5 waves in it, and we can count it 5 waves because it is impulsive, and there isn't an overall trend here that's indicating any more to the downside, in my opinion. With that being said though, we can of course see that the C wave is down here, and this is on a larger time frame. So right now we could argue that what we're actually witnessing here is a bigger A wave down, a B wave up, due, and then a C wave down lower. That might come at a later stage. Okay, so we'll get into that in a moment, but for now we should be looking for reversal. We should be looking for a push to the upside. It might be a larger push to the upside, and it might be a smaller push to the upside. Okay, so we're looking to kind of exit out of our position with the trade that we did, just play money, what we do with the members in the AMAs. So we've entered a position here with Vechain, and we'll look to come out of that before it gets too crazy. So yeah, I don't think we know really where this is going just yet. We're waiting for that reversal. We're waiting to kind of come up and see how this one plays out. But I'm not expecting a big move right now, not considering the market overall. And let's actually now move up into the larger time frames, where I'll give you a bigger kind of overview of what is going on, right? So on our small time frame here on the hourly, we are expecting a push up. Okay, now let's actually jump up into our daily view. Now, the daily view, of course, we are tracking a slightly deeper C wave. Okay, this C wave low is looking like to come down to a test of our trend line here. Okay, and again, this actually runs from a much higher level. Okay, so we can see that real big push down, and now we're looking to try to stabilize down here a little bit. Okay, completing the move now. So we are looking for a little bit deeper, and there's no guarantee that this will actually come in though, and we should be mindful over that, right? We know that we are moving up on the smaller time frames, and if we actually jump into here for a moment, you can see that there is a C wave on a 1-to-1 ratio just coming down a little bit lower, and that actually could be where our bigger picture actually lands as well. In fact, I'm probably going to remove that one for now, just so we can get a clearer view there. So we have that ABC. Now what we do is we'll measure this distance like we do with the others, and we'll just bring that fib in and actually do it the other way around because we're going down. So we'll go ahead and just run this in, and we'll move that over to the B wave high, and yeah, we can see that that has the potential to kind of come in at around this area, right? So actually we're just stopping going impulsive. So on that move there, that looks like the ABC. That could be the B wave then, and we should be looking for a good move up, right? So here we go. As I can now see what we're looking at, and we've failed to go impulsive down. That completes the C wave here, and then we have an ABC up on our daily time frame. Here being the A, this being the B, and now we're looking for that C wave higher. Okay, so this gives us a bit of a target to be aiming towards, right? So as we go ahead and measure that distance with our fibs, and we can go ahead and see that we actually should be looking for a motion up to about 8.6 cent on this next leg of Vechain here. Now that will be made up of at least 3 moves, so we'd have an A, a B, and a C on our hourly of something to that effect. Now if we actually come back down into our hourly, hopefully they've actually stuck with us. Here we go. So here we can see that we should be looking for a good move up, a B wave down, and then a good move up into this higher area, about 8.6 cents. So a bit of interesting stuff that would happen over probably a few weeks or so. We'll see if that one plays out. But we can see that there's definitely a reversal coming in here. And now, you know, that daily is actually looking pretty good from a bit of a bounce to the upside after finding that low, and it didn't go impulsive. So we have that point there. Now, let's actually take this up into our weekly chart, okay? And here we can actually see that what we're waiting for is that reversal, okay? And this is the larger move that I was talking about with the potential pullback a little bit deeper at a later stage. You know, it might actually take us down into this yellow box zone, taking us lower. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's playing out at all, because we could argue that it has already completed by coming into down here and actually having a double bottom, okay? So we are optimistic at this point to say that it doesn't look like it's going to be required with this potential double bottom occurring at the bottom here, and obviously our daily indicating that we are likely to move up. This is indicating to me that we are likely to start to see a new trend kind of form out here, and hopefully we'll see at least an ABC, and maybe it'll even turn impulsive to the upside. Okay, we have the stochastic RSI on our weekly chart is heavily oversold still. On the daily, if it'll load up there, we are coming down a little bit, and we can now see that we have a good push to the upside due that could take us back up into the overbought area. This is a little bit higher than I would like it, but then again, we aren't tracking massive moves here. So we have the ability to come up and you can come back down again with that B wave wiping it out pretty quickly. So we'll monitor that situation. We are looking like we need to move up, and we have a bit of a target there. So the stochastic might not support the entire move, so we might end up with a deeper B wave in that move, but we'll watch out for that. And as we come down into our hourly, we can see that we're oversold, and we are of course waiting for that move now to kind of confirm us moving up into a nice A wave to the upside. So overall, Vechain is actually performing quite well right now. The overall trend on that weekly chart, although it's still pretty much in play, we are still kind of bouncing around a little bit. We have had a deeper correction here than I would have liked, but that fifth wave is still here. We haven't actually gone past these key areas on the chart just yet. We had the rejection from the 618, so we're still firmly below the retracement zones. We haven't actually gone higher than the previous high just yet, and this is actually pretty positive. It means that we're actually just seeing continuation at this point, just trading sideways on a larger time frame, and we are looking for that push, that fifth wave, that completion, which I think will be the blow off top that we see with Vechain, and hopefully that will be in 2022. It is obviously hardest thing to get is the timing, but we are very, very confident in Vechain and everything that they are doing, because there's very few blockchain service providers that deliver just as much as Vechain does. So guys, I'm going to leave the video there. Hopefully you have found this useful and informative. If you have, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new, then do go ahead and make sure you subscribe. Tap that bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with all the videos that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.